Another Clover production.
Finally!
What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Shabazz. Welcome to the channel. You know what I'm saying? It's been too long. It's been a long time. I missed last week. Your boy's feeling a little overwhelmed. Just a little bit. I had some videos I had to edit and stuff and put out for you guys. Well, we got it done. We still got a little bit more to do, but for me, I was like, I can't miss back to back. I cannot miss back to back. I mean, today we got a good video. We got a good episode of the Shabazz TV show. I'm excited. But before all that, y'all already know what to do. Drop a like. You know what I'm saying? Wait. Subscribe if you're new. Tell a friend to tell a friend. And let me bring in my guest. We can't get started yet. I ain't got no guest yet. You know what I'm saying? Come on now. Come on. You know what I'm saying? So first off, we got the co-host of the Shabazz TV show. Although he doesn't jack it, but basically he know the vibes. The one, the only Natty Baps, and to be honest.
Snap.
What up?
We shaving from the last time, y'all. I had to get a little haircut for y'all. I got a haircut. Shout out to Chisel Adonis. Put your motherfucking head back down. Man, get it at chiseladonishop.com. He's an awesome content creator. Hopefully get him on the show sometime. Soon come. But yeah, most Wednesdays, but we here. We doing our thing.
Wait. I ain't gonna do it. We got some big news coming through soon for me, but that's a later time. For right now, you gotta focus on Black Clover. But it's not just us two today. We got 3 Black Clover, 2.5. 2.5 Black Clover fans. The half is right now. The half fan, my boy Sammy.
What's happening? I like Black Clover. We'll get into the rest of it later. That's all I gotta say.
He said, I like Black Clover, but there's like a but there. When someone says it like that, like I got black friends, but I'm not racist. Come on, Sam.
Not during Black History Month, bro.
Come on.
Yes, we gonna hit on Black Clover during Black History Month. That's what we doing.
I knew Sam was toxic. I done told y'all, son. But for me, we got someone who could balance out the toxicity with a little bit more of the positive vibes. You know what I'm saying? his favorite character is definitely his name. I guess I don't know why he does it, but for me, he did it last time with One Piece when I brought him on. He gonna do it right now with Black Clover. My boy, Mr. Nova Chrono.
Oh, what's up? What's up?
Yeah.
I may be on Sam's team today.
Uh,
Time will tell. Time will tell. We'll say we got 2.25 Black Clover fans
Oh, come on.
as
man.
guests.
Yeah. But for me, the last
We gonna
death,
find out.
it's not just a Fantastic Four. I mean, I don't know another adjective that starts with F that I could say. The Fearless Five. You know what I'm saying? The Fearless Five. We got my boy Zeus on the spot, man. Hold on.
You can't see me. What's good?
What's going on, gentlemen? What's going on, gentlemen? First, thank you guys for pulling up. I know you guys are probably busy with wanting to read One Piece manga. Natty Maps. You know what I mean? Appreciate you guys pulling up. It's
Wait, hold on. Before we get started, yes, I started reading the manga for One Piece yesterday. I started reading it yesterday. It got me. Renell finally broke me down. Shabazz finally broke me down. I finally started watching it and reading it, and it's been everything I wanted and more. So, but we're not talking about One Piece. We're talking about Black Clover.
Right. We're not talking about One Piece, Goat Piece. I mean, we're talking about Black Clover, Goat Clover. What are you talking about? I'm trying to stop cursing, but I just can't help it, guys. I can't help it. I can't help it at all. For me, I also got my hair done for me. I know y'all see
Are
it.
you fucking lying?
Oh, you a hater. Wait. Oh, shit. Oh, man. I just said like 3 curse words in like 30 seconds. That's crazy. Thank you, Josh. Wait. Anyway. So, a lot of people dropped Attack on Titan when it first dropped, right? What made you stick with it?
Wrong show.
I love Attack on Titan. That shit
Bro,
goated.
I said Attack on Titan. Wrong show. Wrong show.
Season 4,
Wrong
bro.
show. I'm hype. I'm hype
Season
about
4.
season 4 part 2. I'm hype about it. Sorry. A lot of people dropped Black Clover
There
when
we
they
go.
first dropped. What made you stick with it, Mr. Nova Chrono?
For me, I actually dropped it originally. And then I dropped it originally for a reason to be discussed later on. And I ended up, I know everybody gets one of them bored days and they just like, you need some show that's just got episodes. And at the time it probably had 12, 15 episodes. And I said, why not? I'll look at it again. And I watched it. And it takes some endurance, but we still there. But technically, I'm still watching Boruto. So I'm still watching Boruto. So I don't know if I got standards or if I'm just resilient. But
Resilient like the
we
main
stuck with
character. Resilient like the main character. I like it. Sammy, Mr. Toxic himself. Yo,
First off, I don't know where y'all got the idea that Jordan less toxic than me. That's crazy. And it actually sounds like, Jordan, you got your low standard anime days, right? The low standard days. So
yeah.
That's another name inside joke. Shout out to you and the breeze.
yeah. All right. Nah, but for me, Black Clover, I will say I was a little bit annoying at first for reasons that we'll talk about eventually. But then I just stuck with it. I was like, a lot of people talking about it at the time, it probably had like 70-something episodes when I hopped on. But I was like, all right, let me just continue going. And they had some, dope scenes. And they had, like, the plot wasn't terrible. Like, it was still enjoyable to watch. So I just continued watching it. And then eventually my girl and I just watched it from there. And since it was like a joint venture, I wasn't backing out from there. So there we go.
Oh,
That's why I stuck with it. I'll be right back.
That's cute. My son gotta get the chicken out the oven. Hold on.
Yeah, I do.
You got some ranch sauce on that, son?
Look, I got like 9 in there, so maybe.
I said you got some ranch in there.
Oh no, hell no! What the hell is this?
Anyway, for me, I guess whatever. Natty Baps, did you drop it in the beginning or did you just stick it out?
So my story is similar to Jordan's in where I didn't drop it. I didn't even know what it was. until Jordan was like, "Yo, like, watch Black Clover," and I was like, "When I have time." And then I became an RA during the summer at Notre Dame. I think it was like my junior year. Yeah, I think it was my junior year. Like, became like an RA, and I'm like, I have to sit at the front desk for like from like 8 to midnight, like 4 days a week. I'm like, man, kind of bored. Let me check out this Black Clover. And then what made me stick with it, I think, is it is a zero to hero story, right? It is a story of resilience, story of all that stuff. But like the way I can describe Black Clover, and we'll talk about this later on, especially, it is similar to Naruto, but like if Rock Lee was the main character, which I find that is just to be an interesting dynamic. Yes, he does have anti magic in a world full of magic. He has the one thing that can counter it, but he has to work on his craft, and I'll talk more about it later on as well. But Rock Lee had no chakra, or he had low chakra, can't do ninjutsu, genjutsu. He can only box. And why is Rock Lee one of the favorite characters of all Naruto, especially because of his fight with Gaara? But like it showed that he actually is like zero to hero. He couldn't do anything but worked at his craft to make sure he can do something to save people. So Asta's a similar way. So again, I understand we'll talk about it later as well. The hesitations towards Asta, especially in the beginning, but he does become better and great in my opinion. There's an MC's great, not goated because there's a lot of goated MCs in the world, but he's a great MC towards the later end of before the hiatus of Black Clover.
Okay. What about you, Zuswa?
Yeah. Continuing on, my boy Natty. He's a character in the show where he's not like everybody else. Like everybody's got something he doesn't have, so he has to work harder at it than everybody else, and he's still competing, still showing that he could play with everybody else, fight with everybody else, be with the best of the best. But also, it was that first episode. My boy pulled out that 5-leaf clover grimoire. Come on, and you seen that devil and all that. I was like, all right, hold up. This might be something here. This might be something here. Let me continue to watch it. This might be. And although it has some low, some annoying moments, the highs of it definitely, balance it out and make it worthwhile watching for sure.
Okay. For me, it was more like I was bored, and I think I finished watching something. I forgot what I watched. I think I watched. It was like a whole I was like watching mad show. I think I watched Shield Hero, and then after I finished, I called up to Shield Hero. I was like, "What do I watch?" I was like, I stumbled upon it. I read like the bio about it, and I was like, I bet like a world full of magic. Main character don't got any. I was like, nah. But I was like, let me read it. I said, let me watch it. So I watched it and I fucked with it. And I was like, I don't know at what point did where the story was, but I started it and I was like, cool. And then I just watched it and I just called it every week. And the OSTs on for the soundtracks always was like refreshing and stuff like that. So that's follow to the next question. A little segue. People say, including me and Natty Bass. Hold on, before that, is that like an echo?
A little bit of one.
A little bit of one. I don't know.
When you talk, only
Only me. That's racist. Wait. But a lot of people say Black Clover is like goat Clover. Me, Natty, a lot of people on TikTok, IG, social media, whatever. I call it goat Clover because there's a lot of great elements that Black Clover touches on that a lot of anime don't. My main thing for Black Clover wise, goat Clover, side characters. The side characters in Black Clover get a lot of love. And you don't get that in a lot of anime, especially a shonen type of anime where you focus on like the main character and maybe like 2 or 3 side characters. Nah. Black Clover, you got Asta, and Noelle. Those like the 3 leads or whatever. And then you got Yami, you got Julius, you got mad different characters. Even the villains get a lot of shine in Black Clover. So like you just can't help but appreciate it. Especially I'll touch on this later, like the comparison to Naruto briefly, but like it's just Naruto side characters don't do it justice. Naruto is great, but it's great because of Naruto and Sasuke. Black Clover is great because of Asta, Yuno, and a lot of the side characters that are introduced because of it. But Mrs. Fried Chicken Man,
That's me.
what,
Half my chicken was fried, the other half was baked.
what makes you say like? I know you don't like you don't have the most positive opinion of Black Clover, but I'm pretty sure you've watched a lot of anime, so you have like a keen eye to seeing like something with potential. What's that for Black Clover for you?
Yeah, so I think what Black Clover has going for it is that the storyline is pretty good. I think the storyline actually, because it's kind of similar to Naruto that we'll get into later, it has a pretty good storyline it goes through because, you know, Naruto got a good storyline and everything. I don't actually think that their characters are as developed. I don't think most of their side characters are as compelling as most others. I don't even think Asta is really that compelling. I think the most compelling character is Yami. We don't know nothing about his backstory yet. But with all that being said, I do think that it's just really entertaining. The parts where the animation is good, the animation is good, the animation is there. Asta versus the Beast, Elf, or I can't even think of it off the top of my head now that I'm trying to call it, but they have a bunch of great scenes, like Austin Yami versus the Devil. So I think that's what it really has going for it. The storyline is pretty decent, and the animation is just great. And those scenes, when those scenes hit you, they like really hit you, like you're up out of your seat in the craziest of scenes. So that's what I think it got going for it. I'm not gonna be too toxic and tell it why I think it's mid Clover, but that's.
What about you, Mr. Nova Chrono Jordan?
So the Go Clover is a new term for me as well. I'm not calling it mid Clover. It's definitely good. It's just not GOAT. But for me, I would say one. I mean, when we're talking new gen, every time the first thing people ask about is animation. Thanks to shows like Demon Slayer. So I would say, especially when you're watching the fights like Asta and Yami together, or when they were fighting like the animal elf or the beast elf or whatever. Those type of fights, you definitely see that animation, and you're like, yeah, this is quality. But I also think that the storyline is good. Um, Not to repeat on what Sam said, I'm really not the greatest fan of the side characters. I do agree that they show the side characters. Uh, I just don't find them to be as likable as other show side characters may be. Like they're there, but I don't necessarily love, especially with the Black Bull specifically. Everybody loves Asta, everybody loves Yami. May not like everybody else. It is what it is. But I do think that the plot itself is good. Um, People get a little hesitant when you're talking about magic anime after fairy tale, but I think it came I think it came off a bit better. As a magic anime is giving me a little more of an opening like to the thought of magic animes in different ways that they can be. It's pretty creative as a show.
Okay. Very profound. Very profound. Zuswa, put me on game, bruh.
So first of all, I gotta disagree with the side character slander. I feel like the show definitely took its time with each arc, little by little, kind of showing you another Black Bull and giving you the time to learn their story. Of course, there's a whole lot of other characters that, like Yami, who we still don't know anything about. But come on, my boy Magna, my boy Luck, good characters right there. We love them. Luck especially, crazy motherfucker. Then you got Vanessa with her what's that? What's that thread that she got? The thread of fate or whatever.
Yeah.
Can't go wrong with that. Like these are some good side characters. And then you even got non-Black Bulls. You got my boy Flagolion. Don't even get me started about him. It's the GOAT right there.
Calm.
Harry Leona, bro. Like, what's up, niggas, yo?
Calm. We still question coming up. Calm down.
But still, for me, I guess I don't. It was just really like I guess the time they took to really build the characters. The animation, it's on point sometimes, but there's some times where they have a fight and it's like, you know, some fire's about to happen, and then they go to that black and white like sketch looking shit, and I'm like, oh come on, like you could have done so much more
You
justice.
don't like
than-
that?
You don't
I
like
don't
that?
No, I
You
don't
want
like
to
that.
transition from the manga panel.
I like it. I like it.
Nah.
But I also don't really like it at the same time, to be honest.
That's the craziest part.
Every time is Heat Rock. They put it at the right time, especially with the first double.
Nah.
With
That's what with the first double, that was the worst time. I was like, oh yeah, wait, come on. I wasn't feeling it.
Yo, kick him
Personally,
out.
I personally didn't feel those parts. They were tough. Like I get it. I saw it. It was definitely giving you the basically right off the page onto your screen.
and that's not fire.
It's not fire when you see
Come
some
on!
fire animation right before that, and then they cut it to that, and it's like
Wait, can I ask a quick question?
underwhelmed me a little bit. Go ahead.
Quick question. This is aside from Black Clover, real quick. Did you not like when Luffy punched the Celestial Dragon when it all turned black and white?
I don't even know what you're talking about, to be honest. Like,
I don't think you called it to One Piece. I think you dropped it a little bit, right?
I definitely dropped it.
Yeah. So
My
you
fault,
know,
my fault.
Not dropped it, but like I just fell off of it when I caught up to it at the time that it was at the time, and I was like, yeah, I'm tired of waiting every week. Let me just let it catch up. And then before I knew it, it was months, and I was like, where was I even at? Like I would have to just rewatch like a whole arc beforehand just to get back into that groove that I was in. Let me just move on. Like
You
I'll
can
come
just
back to
restart,
it.
bro.
Oh yeah,
Why not?
one
Just
day.
restart.
but that's my answer.
crazy. I haven't heard someone say they didn't like the manga panel animation type. That's
I
crazy.
didn't. I just didn't. I don't know. Like to me, it was like.
Wait. So when he fought the Beast Elf dude and it went to that black and white animation, did you not vibe with it then?
Don't get me wrong. Like, I'm not like, yo, that shit was. I hated it. I was just like, it underwhelmed me a little. Like every time they did it, I was like, yo, this is like the best part, the climax, and you gonna climax it to this, like Demon Slayer. I'm used to Demon Slayer type of things. You climax in it, and you getting the most beautiful thing you ever seen in your life.
Dang. That's
Don't get me
fair.
wrong. I love to read manga. Don't get me wrong. Like, I love reading manga. But that was, I don't know. It just didn't hit for me like it should have, I guess. And now I'm seeing like, damn, I'm crazy. I guess obviously I'm
You are.
crazy. Like,
You are.
I'm crazy. Clearly, everyone's
You
here.
got-
Like, oh,
You got Sam and Jordan who think it's kind of mid, and they like, yo, you're wild.
that's what I'm saying. I see everyone's faces, and I'm like,
Like that's crazy, but not he.
All right.
You
So hide the shame. Hide the shame. Nah, it's all love here. Well, we kind of all mentioned it, right? The fights itself stacks up to a lot of the new gen anime, right? And this, where does new gen start? Kind of like that's the kind of question I'm going for. It's like, does it start with Black Clover? Does it start with Boruto? Does it start with My Hero? Like, what is the start of new gen? Because My Hero in the beginning has like moments as well. Demon Slayer, of course, Jujutsu Kaisen, of course, right? But like for defining one of the new gen of anime, it has fights that stack up to almost all of them, right? Animation, some people have preferences. They're just gonna call them preferences, but we all agree like fights and animated, beautifully animated fights. Story does give off the Naruto vibe. I'm not gonna disagree with that part, Sam, because that is very true. Because I'm like, damn, this is kind of similar. Like, why do I like it so much? It's because my favorite anime is Naruto, and it gives me off a little bit of Naruto vibes, right? But and I don't know if we could just jump ahead and talk about, but we'll figure it out. Point is though, the openings as well slap. Like the openings are fire. Like they hold up to every, like even the Naruto openings of Shippuden, like they hold up like badly. And the soundtrack as well, like the viewing experience.
That's Heat Rock, bro. That's
Black Catcher is the best opening Black Clover got, and that is slaps.
Yeah, man.
It's a lot. You gotta
And I
have
like how
even
sorry,
a post time skip one, Grandeur. That one slaps.
Ranger's fire too. And I like how like they do a great job of like not giving you everything with the OST, but like giving you enough where you see certain moment. Okay, this is what to look out for. This is what to look out for. Like in Grand Jury, we saw the moms. We were like, oh, this the mom. Or we all speculated, is that the mom? Like, who is this person? And then when Lee was like, oh, this is just like just like your mom, bro. Like I was like, okay, you know, it all ties together.
Actually,
And
even with the OST with the mom one, if you notice, she was actually blurry for the longest time up until you got to see her, and then they unblurred her in the OST. Like finally, when you meet her, I thought that was dope.
little things like that a lot of anime don't do, and people with the whatever. But since we let's basically get the elephant out
Let's
the
address
room.
the elephant in the room.
Let's address the elephant in the room. We Nachu, Sam, Jordan, Zuswa, I mean, we all know that Black Clover is has similar qualities to Naruto. We know this. That cannot be disputed, right? How do you feel when people who don't even know what it is, like they haven't even watched like a couple episodes, they automatically watch like the first episode, or they hear from their friends, oh yeah, it's just like Naruto, like you'll be all right, like, you don't need to watch it, like, oh, like, basically Naruto but with magic. Like, how do y'all feel about that? And naturally, since Naruto is your favorite, I'm gonna let you go first with that.
All right. If I get soapboxy, stop me. But here we are. All right. So this is the one that I took the most time thinking about when you sent us a question ahead of time. Peek behind the curtain. But now since the questions at a time, think about it. Hey, just genuinely just get the thoughts going. I understand the similarities. And this is one of the, as I've watched more anime and become more of a seasoned veteran, one of the knocks on Naruto, right? Shippuden wise, right? So Naruto, OG Naruto, right? It was written as a story of zero to hero, right? Orphan kid, demon fox, ostracized from the village, dope ass fights. He's slowly winning over the village, right? And then I think it came into a crescendo, a peak with the pain arc in Shippuden. He finally became the hero he wanted to be. Finally got the respect of the village that he wanted for so long, right? Eventually, then he wanted to become Hokage and all that stuff like that. When they introduced the Sage's Six Paths and the reincarnations and other stuff like that, it kind of makes it seem as though all the stuff in Naruto, the OG Naruto, I mean, yeah, it shouldn't have happened anyway. He's the fourth Hokage's son, and he got like ostracized from the village because his dad saved the village. Like, what kind of craziness is that? What kind of backwards world is that? So Naruto was destined to be great. Fourth Hokage's son. The nine tails, the strongest Jinchuriki if he learns how to master it, and a reincarnation of the Sage's Six Paths' son. Like, he had all the power and all the gifts. It got expounded after the pain arc. Kind of got like, oh, he was gonna be great anyway. With Asta though, he had no magic, like at all. Like, he has to work hard for everything he gets. And yes, although anti-magic is the hacks of Black Clover, right? He has to work on the swordsman skills, because even if you have all the power in the world, you still need to be able to use it effectively. So it's just like in part in this like terrible transition. It's like Yu-Gi-Oh, the new Yu-Gi-Oh game, right? Everyone's like, oh, it's pay to win. You can have all the cards in the world, but if you don't know how to use them, you're gonna be ass. Like, you can have every single card. Like, so Kaiba is one of the best duelists. He had the money to buy all the cards, but he had to be a smart strategist. Asta, yes, has anti-magic, has the hacks of the world, but he can still get smoked by Julius, Jordan's favorite person. Still probably loses to Yami at this point. There are people that are better than him because of either experience or skill. So yes, he has anti-magic, but
I mean, Julius is hacks too, though.
I'm gonna let that
everybody
last
has
comment
hacks
slide,
in the
but
world.
go ahead.
But he has to use skills, and it was demonstrated perfectly with his fight versus Lee, his demon, where take out anti-magic. Oh, you're not supposed to be able to compete with me. Every single person he fought and took knowledge from throughout his entire journey led him to beat the devil and become friends with him. So it's like, yeah, it's similar to Naruto in a way, but Asta is the actual definition of zero to hero. I mentioned it earlier. Rock Lee, he literally should have been like, if Rock Lee was the main character of Naruto and he became Hokage, that shit like, whoa, cool. But think about it for Asta. So that's that's why I think the similarity should stop. Because yes, Naruto was destined to be great with all the stuff he had going on for him. Asta had to work super hard for his powers and his stuff. That's it, Jordan.
Jordan.
You said that earlier, and it kind of got me earlier, but I held my tongue when you said it's as if Rock Lee was if he had no magic, no anti-magic, it would be like Rock Lee. But like Naruto, he's got this mighty demon inside of him that that's why I feel like it is still Naruto in Naruto. If you take out the demon, take out this anti-magic hacks in a world full of magic, then yes, I feel like it is there. Even if you give him something like much more simple than anti-magic to a complete world of magic, then I would give it to you. But I cannot. Second thing, in the first half, Black Clover really got me with the Naruto stuff. And I think what we sort of forget to acknowledge is not just like the Austin Naruto comparison, but I also feel like there was other areas where we sort of like see this same parallels. To me, I honestly, the first dynamic I sort of saw even before he gets this little five clover grimoire is more of like the Asta Yuno thing. And Yuno is like this super skilled, they're both orphans, not to mention. And so you got these two orphans, one who's a schmuck, one who's super skilled. If one who's a schmuck, who loves somebody who doesn't love him that way back, and then the other who's this super skilled, everyone loves his talent, and I'm just like, if Yuno's not Sasuke, I mean, they even got the little like dark hair, angsty boy, like everything about it is the same. I'm like, you got this orphan angsty boy, dark hair guy, it's Sasuke, and so I feel like there's other parallels. We could even go into they go inside to a different kingdom, and his name is gone from me at the moment, but yeah, he's got the diamond dude. And you've got this other orphan dude who's just, he's got this super talent. It happens to be rock formation talent, sand formation, whatever. But you got this dude. He's killed everybody around him. Everybody around him is dead. He's got no friends. He's sad. He's angry. He doesn't want to talk to anybody. If that's not Gara, I don't know who is. And so, as much as Asta may be a little more of zero to hero than Naruto is, even other aspects of the show, I think, were magical, 3D printer copies of Naruto. What I will say is I acknowledge, they got us in the first half, the second half of the show. I'm going to give it to Black Clover. Black Clover second half is Black Clover. But a lot of the beginning portions, it's Naruto for me. It's magical Naruto.
That's see what I like the way you phrased it. A lot of people just give like the empty calories of like, oh yeah, this, that, and the third is similar to and Sasuke, but you gave an in-depth analysis as to why it's blatantly obvious, especially in the first half, that there are a lot of similarities between Naruto and Black Clover. So I appreciate your analysis, my boy.
Thank you.
With that said, though, I feel that it's a valid take, but as I just mentioned, if you don't give the substance, then it's an empty take. Because everyone can say, "Oh, it's the similarities, similarities." They can say that for 10 whatever, but they don't give the examples like you gave, then it's an empty take. I feel like although it probably was inspired by Naruto, he took a twist where, especially in the beginning, like Asta took a lot. Like And you know, Shonen wins a little bit, but he takes a lot of L's. He takes a lot of L's. Freaking with Dante, that was plot armor. Him and Yami being Dante, that was plot armor. Like him having to, like, he basically lost his arms. They had to go to the witch tree and all that. Like that's shit that Naruto didn't have to go through.
He kind of did with the run style eccentric, and he can't like use his own jutsu multiple times because his chakra would fail. So I understand what you're saying. He take L's, but like he's also like he doesn't take as many L's as like you think. Like he has a lot of dubs.
Yeah, of course. But I mean,
a lot of wins. Like even the ass pull that you said of him versus Dante, him and Yami versus Dante, like they had to work together, and like Asa had to give up his arm for like a little bit of more power, kind of thing. Like that was a hard ass win, and then got cheesed.
We got cheesed by I think Zenon, whatever his name was, Umbreon, whatever his name was. Wait, but I don't know. I just feel like it's a fair comparison. I just feel like, especially right now, where the direction that it's going, that it's becoming its own show, and people need to respect that. So, with that said, Sammy, I appreciate you waiting on this.
Now, one thing when people say
was upset about, sorry.
Now, when people say like this show is like this, or this show is exactly like this, you don't realize that almost every anime is inspired by another anime. Almost every anime you can think of is like, oh, it has its roots in this other anime. So I always think you gotta, whenever you hear someone say that, you're like, yeah, but it's still its own thing, is it not? Watch it and see what you like about it. And I do think it's a little bit over time becomes more and more different than Naruto. I will say they still, you can tell they're still inspired by the whole like tree thing where they need people to be sacrificed to the tree. It's kind of like the ghetto statue. But I do think that the characters are different now. I also like the Asta and Yuno dynamic better than I like the Naruto and Sasuke dynamic. I just find it a lot more enjoyable as I was watching it. So it's different. It's different. I won't ever say Black Clover's trash because it's the same as Naruto. It's like, nah. It's the same, but there's a lot of similarities, but it's different as well.
Okay. I like how you mentioned the Yuno and Asa dynamic too. I agree with that. That's definitely enjoyable compared to Naruto, especially because like they were squad mates, well, teammates, because Team 7, whatever. Asa and Yuno, they grew up together and they both made that pact. Oh, we're both like, we're gonna become one of us is gonna become the Wizard King. Oh my god, yeah. But like we know, like every time Asa does some shit, Yuno just smirks like, yeah, I knew he could do it. Like, that's my rival. Of course you're gonna do it. And then the same thing with Asa. Every time Yuno does some shit, when he became vice captain of the Golden Dawn, Asa was like, of course, like, what's wrong with you? That's my guy right here. Like they're more like
for them
they're rivals. Like, exactly, more motivational versus Naruto and Sasuke. They just saw each other as like obstacles to overcome. Asa loves Yuno like a brother, and same thing for Yuno and Asa.
It's a new better than to add the Sakura dynamic.
Bro. We're not doing this.
Renault got some haters on TikTok for his Sakura take.
We're not doing this, bro. We're not doing this. I'll talk about that off camera. Josh, give me your perspective, bro.
I don't know, man. Y'all said basically just about everything that could possibly be said as a comparison between the two. Like Sam said, I do like the dynamic just because, you know, like if anybody ever disrespected my boy Asta, you know, would sit there and be like, what you mean? That's my rival. Like, put some respect on his name, basically. Like, what you talking about? Like, it's super similar. Like, I have to scratch. It's like my boy Mr. Nova Chrono said, like the first half is super Naruto. Like you could sit there all day and make this is like that, this is like this is like that. But then when they started, I think the flip or the turn is when they started to bring like the elf resurrection arc basically into it. That's when it kind of started to steer its own direction and give you its own like unique quality and its own like basically like this is what we are. This is our world now. Like this isn't Naruto. Basically, because Yeah, it goes hard. Go hard.
I like that. I like that. So we talked a lot about Asta, talked a lot about, comparison and all that. But in terms of a protagonist, DeAndre was good, baby. Word. In terms of a protagonist, wherever like number 1 through 10, how would you rank Asta as an MC?
This is where it becomes mid Clover for him.
Yeah, so you gotta go first and
You
see him
ain't gonna
first.
speak on my name.
Am I
Look,
wrong?
I said mid Clover because I was messing with y'all. I don't think it's mad. I think it's just good. I don't think it's anything crazy. But
Am I wrong that this is a section that
with regards to Asta, I actually don't like Asta that much as a main character. I'm gonna be honest.
Wow.
I'm gonna be honest. I found, at least for the first couple of episodes, I just found him annoying. He's not like, he does have the zero to hero aspect, which I do personally like. I like the fact that he keeps training, and whenever someone says something about him or something, he just tends. All right, DeAndre. Every time someone says something about him, he tends to just be like, don't worry about it. Like, I don't care what you say. I'm gonna keep going. Whether or not he realizes what they're saying, or he's just actually dumb, or just pretending. I like that. I actually do like that about him. I just don't find his backstory as compelling. And it's there. It has all the aspects there. I just don't think his character itself really like takes his backstory and pushes it to where it could be. I don't think he goes through that internal struggle or they don't showcase that internal struggle of, I'm hella weak, but I want to be better, but everyone's bringing me down. It feels like he's always just so glee about it all the time. And I think personally, it doesn't seem that realistic to me. And that's really reason why I don't think Asta is that compelling of a main character. I'll probably put him at like a 6.
Okay. I personally, I can see it. I just always love like that winner mentality, like that. Never, like I just always love that in every main character that I've seen, and so that's just a personality trait that if you got a main character like that, then I just know like I'm gonna rock with you because you're not gonna give up on yourself or your squad mates, teammates, whatever. I'm like, I could relate to that. I could fuck with that. So for me, like he's a walking hacks, which is a different twist. So like I would say I would give him like a 7.5 to an 8 because if I'm looking at, if you're gonna compare him to other MCs, right? Aaron Yeager is one of the best. Lelouch is one of the best. My favorite is Luffy because in a world where you got motherfuckers who could murder niggas and all that, whatever, he's a rubber man, a funny ass rubber man who likes to fight and do his own thing. I feel like that's just, you could just put that in anywhere. But Asta, he's a walking hacks. Like you can't just like feel me. It's hard to not like a walking hacks, especially you got people like Fagolion, Mary Leona, like all these devils and all that other stuff. So it's kind of hard. My phone actually is that.
Hey, chill, bro. Chill.
Okay, like
We're
in a
talking about
world,
Asta.
Talk about Asta. Don't bring over the character.
I know. But when you got a world of people like that, and you still want to be stronger than all that and become recognized. Right now, if you want to be the Hokage you want to be the Wizard King. I just like it. So I give him like an 8. He's not the best for sure. There's a lot of MCs better than him, but I think he's like a solid 8. But Mr. Nova Chrono, oh no, my table is broken.
Asta. So you described Luffy earlier as, a teenage to young adult rubber man who's funny as can be, likes to fight. I get behind that. I'm hard on main characters though. And I'm of a hot take that new gen MCs aren't crafted as well as they used to be.
Not a hot take.
I don't. Well, maybe not, but
Someone might clip this and be like, "Oh, he's wilding," but I don't think that's a hot take at all.
yeah, I see people like Deku, Boruto, and I'm
Oh,
just
Lord.
like, oh.
Fuck Naruto.
So fuck Boruto. Fuck Boruto.
I forget Boruto. I see people like Deku. I'm even not even a huge guy for Tanjiro. Asta, I hear loud boy who works hard. And as much as I like the inspiration for a kid watching the show, like, yeah, if people knock you down, get back up. If people knock you down, get back up. If people knock you down, get back up. But a funny rubber man who fights everybody gives me the same mentality. You know? It's the same mentality, just with humor and less annoyance, right? And so I know we talked a little bit about his backstory. To be honest, if his backstory was just he was born with the demon inside of him, and they just did it in 15 minutes of an episode, I'd be just as content with Asta right now. I I don't have the emotional draw to him.
Mm.
I feel as though it's great that he's there. I think his power makes him as a character. The parts that I enjoy of him as a character is because of his power, and before was because of, like the secrets of his power. We really didn't know what was going on at the time. And I think that is sort of what makes him for me. But beyond that, in his history, um, I mean, he has developed as a character, but not necessarily in my favorite way either. I guess his camaraderie is cool, so I give him some points somewhere. And so with that, 1 to 10, 5.5.
5.5. Wow, that's
Five and a
crazy.
half.
That
Go
shit.
Go ahead, Josh.
Go ahead, Josh.
I don't know. When it comes to him as a main character, for some reason, like I just see too many similarities to like Deku, to like a nobody born with nothing basically, and then they were kind of given this goat power, this goat ability. That's like, all right, now we got to see you go from this nobody to this goat that we know you could going to potentially be because of this ability you've been given. But as a main character like Asta, he has his funny moments. Like people find it annoying, but I find it funny. Like I usually like that comic relief character. Like when he on Sister Lily, I'd be like, yo, this dummy, this idiot right here. What are you doing, bro? But as a main character, like 1 to 10 ranking, I'll probably be around where you at, like a 7. He has the potential to probably be higher than that. But as of what I've seen so far, like it's just like he hasn't hit me with that super duper uniqueness yet. That's like, all right, yeah, that's Asta right there. Like, put some respect on his name, like, cause like I said, he gives me like a fucking a Deku vibe. He gives me like a young Naruto, shouting to the skies, I'm gonna be Hokage, I'm gonna be the Wizard King. Shout. He hasn't had that, I guess, standout moment for me yet. That's like, all right, he's the GOAT.
Okay.
He's something else.
All right. Not
But I
bad.
fuck with him still. He's a good character.
Yeah. So as much, I'm like, oh, go Clover. This and that. Like in the very beginning, I hated Asta, bro. Like I've grown so much from the very when I first watched it to now, but like I had him at like a 1, maybe even a 0, because he was just loud. Like, and when you're watching it subbed, it's like screaming for no like have a reason to scream, bro. I'm like, he was just yelling. Like, yes, I get that you're working out and stuff, but it's like for like the first like 5 episodes, yelling.
Ah.
Like, shut the up. Like, but after that, like after like he actually like joins the Black Bulls and he's like going out throughout his journey, and it's like, okay, like he actually isn't just a meathead who works out, and it's like he actually has some depth to him and stuff. I started off as like a 1. I'm probably around where you are, like a 7, 7.5. because just like and I think we haven't mentioned this yet because this also involves other characters. Like a perfect segue, right? He does not care what you are. Like you can be a bum, you can be royalty. He will treat you the exact same. And him and having, I think what adds to his character is a world where he lives in, where royals get all the treatment, everything else is special, and he doesn't because he's like born in the slums. And he becomes a black knight, or a black knight, a black bull, and like cool, like I come out Magic Knight and Black Bull, but and he's like he gets invited to the banquet. The first time I actually started like vibing with him is when everybody is shitting on the well because she can't use her magic properly. And she's a royal, but she's still low key cool. And she's a Cinderella and whatever. But like he's like, y'all talk about my friend like that? Nah, I'll scrap everybody in this bit right now. Like all the captains, nah, you're gonna catch the fade real quick. And everyone's like, who is this nigga? And I'm like, yeah, that's my son right there. Like that's what I'm like, all right. Like, yeah. So he has like a Luffy quality too, where he wants to fuck shit up and change the status quo. Because he's like, nah, you ain't going to badmouth my friends because y'all royalty. Fuck royalty. Fuck your status. We here. We black bulls in this. I'm like, yeah, awesome. Let's go. So that's why I'm like, I started really liking him towards like the middle, and then obviously now I love him. But like in the beginning, he was obnoxious as hell.
Obnoxious as hell. Okay.
It was actually funny. I remember when I was watching it for the first time, and I got to like episode 3, and I remember texting y'all. I think you and Jordan, Natural and Jordan, and I was literally like, "Yo, what is with this main character?" I was like,
"Why is he yelling?"
Exactly. Like, why is he yelling so much? Man, reminded me of homeboy from My Hero. Both were annoying.
Indeed.
Grew on you a little bit.
Do y'all see people with stuff like, I feel like a sign of a good main character, you see people wear gear.
Yo, DeAndre,
why he not on his work computer? Come on now.
DeAndre don't work.
Imagine.
So I feel like, a good sign of a character that people really love is the gear. You see people everywhere with a Goku shirt or a Naruto shirt or even a Deku shirt. I just, stuff like an Asta gear. If somebody had an Asta shirt, I'd be shocked. I'd be shocked.
I know somebody with an Asta shirt.
But that goes into like appeal and like marketability and stuff like that.
It's hard to market. He's a hard character to market. I feel like if anyone's gonna get a character from the show, it's either gonna be someone like Julius.
See Yami shirts.
Or Yami.
Yeah.
Or even
the
name. Not even the captain of Golden Dawn.
Vengeance.
Yes. Because he's that it's the hat thing, like the mask thing he got on. Like he's a very like whatever. But speaking of characters, I
feel like Black Bulls definitely have some marketability to them as a whole. Not just
like
Asta.
That little cloth, right? That little cloth.
Yeah.
Thing. Little rope thing. But give me, every anime we gotta do favorite characters. And preface it by saying someone still is yours, which I'm gonna go first because fuck all y'all. I'm gonna still model for rip, so I'm gonna do
you the host, but okay, you the host.
I'm the host, so I gotta go first. Because when we did One Piece, I had to like think mad back because all y'all motherfuckers are still in my answers and stuff. So for me, I'm gonna go first for the top 3 characters for me. And here we go. The one favorite character is Asta. I don't know, I gave him like a 7-8 rating. I know, and like there's a lot of like 9 and 10s, but like him being the MC bumps it up. Natural with that great moment that you mentioned. I just like he don't give a fuck who you are. Like, I don't care if you're like the CEO of a company or a person that works at McDonald's. I'm gonna treat you the same way all the time. And also has like he come from the same cloth, so like I could just have relatability with him. Not the loudness. Not like he's be yelling for everything, but I just like him a lot. 2, luck. I fucking I like him a lot because he's a very simple character. He's a very simple character. Like I think he's royalty as well, but like he's not like the higher up royalty, like the Fregolians and the Wells and shit. But like he's like the lower end, but like he got a lot of mana. But when I say he's simple, he just got Black Air Force energy. He don't give a fuck. Like he just really want to smoke with anybody. But what the moment that made it for me was where I was like, okay, this is the guy right here for me. With the Spade Kingdom guy, I forgot which devil. He was like, nah, I don't want to. He knew, like he wanted to fight him, and there's something in his back of his mind, like, I don't want to fight this guy. So as much as the Black Air Force energy he got, he knows, like, yo, like, you're wild, like, chill, fam. Like, he knows when to fight and when not to fight. So like, I just and the lightning, the lightning user. I mean, you got a little lightning user. I mean, there you go. And now she's gonna get tight because I mentioned her name. Mary Leona is the GOAT, bro. The GOAT, bro. I know, yo, Mary Leona, bro, son. Yo, what's up? Hey, take me out to dinner, yo. I like that fire, bro. No pun intended. Word. Like she's aggressive. She's strong as shit. She's hilarious, especially with the like, her and Yami dynamic with the freaking flame claw and be grabbing it. I just like her as a character. And then in the manga, she gets even better. It just it makes me want to fall over it, but I ain't gonna break my chair like that. So Mary Leona, bro, and Luck and Asta, those are my top 3. Whoever wants to go, this is open. Whoever wants
right,
to.
let me jump in here before all my characters get snatched up.
Dibs and Sam.
All right, so I will say my number 1 favorite character, at least for the pre-time skip. I'm gonna say this is pre-time skip. Is Charmy. I absolutely love Charmy. She's the cutest character ever. I love Charmy. I love Charmy.
That's your character, bro.
I love Charmy. Like I said, pre-time skip. I think once they make her fat, she's not as fun as a character. But I enjoyed her all throughout up until the time skip, especially when she then transformed and and then you had the wolf in sheep's clothing pun. I don't know if any of y'all caught that, but when it turned into a wolf, it's a wolf in sheep's clothing. That's literally what it was. I thought that was dope. So shout out to my girl Charmy. I know some of y'all probably didn't have her, but it's whatever. Another person.
That's
Thank you,
DeAndre jokes, man. All right. I was gonna say Marilona or whatever how you say her name. I never say her actual name. I just call her Fuego Sis all the time. I have to give it to Rhea, the imitation magic elf.
I'm so bringing it back on him. Hold on.
Man's loyal.
Oh,
man, slick. He chill. He a pretty darn good character. I'll have to say that.
Ain't he in love with Charmy too? That makes sense, right?
Is he in love with Charmy? No, I thought it was just real.
That was real. He said Rhea.
Oh.
Not real.
They call him Ryan.
Charmy. Real's in love with Charmy. Naturally, he's talking about Rhea, one of the 3 Eye and the Midnight Sun guys.
Yeah.
All right, and I'm not gonna be basic and say someone else. So I'm gonna say something. The person I like, but she just needs more time, is the captain of the
Charlotte.
The Dream
Girl.
No,
not Charlotte. I don't like Charlotte.
Dream Girl, right?
Yeah, Dream Girl. What's her name?
Dorothy. Dorothy.
I think her power is dope as hell. And for anyone who watches Bleach or Red Bleach because it's not on anime yet. She's like another character, and I found his power dope, and I find her power dope. You think it into existence.
She's a hack, bro.
It's crazy. She's crazy, so crazy that she can negate a devil's ability in her own dream world.
That's kind of cool.
I think that's crazy. I want to see more of her because it's crazy. But yeah, those are my 3.
All right, before I end up last again, because I'm at the back.
Oh, no respect to the dibs.
All right, go ahead. You had dibs? I didn't hear that.
Nah, go ahead, Josh. Go
ahead.
I don't, because I feel like I heard his name mentioned a bunch of times. So somebody gonna say him. But I gotta throw my boy Fregolion, number 1 for me. My boy disappeared. disappeared, came back with the flame armed, with the one of the four spirits, like the goat he was. Like we needed a hero who shows up for Goldie. Come on, like you can't, especially that return scene. You can't like he was already the goat to me before that. I was like, yo, that man's the man right there. He gonna put himself before everybody. He gonna sacrifice himself if he got to, so that everybody else could live. And what happened? He lost his whole arm. Was in like a coma for like how long? Like 40 episodes, 50 episodes. Came back, like I said, with that spirit, and I was just like, yeah, that's the man right there. Hold up, hold up, hold up. My next character, I gotta go. I feel like I'm gonna go with the basic ones, like that anyone's gonna choose. Like Yami, come on. How you not gonna say Yami's not up there in the top three characters? Yami, when he hit that, first of all, the inspiration he inspires in the Black Clovers, he hits that All Might inspiration. Surpass your limits, like basically go beyond.
Crazy part, they have the same voice actor.
Same voice actor.
Yeah, that's what they're both English too. I'm pretty sure in dubbed, they're both the same person too.
That's what I said. Yeah.
But yeah, he's inspiring, hilarious. My boy always on the toilet talking about, yo, teleport me real quick. Like, Yami's that perfect balance of like funny and like, but when he pulls up to the fight, it's over. Smoke is gonna happen. Once he's there, it's over. Like, and the third one, I'm gonna go with my boy Goach. He's cool. Nah, fuck out of here. That's the weirdest character in the whole anime. I don't even know why he a character. Throw him out. Put him in the trash can. Get rid of him. I ain't never seen a man obsessed with his sister like that. But moving on. Yeah, I don't know. I was gonna go with Luck. Like Luck to me is mega Black Force energy, Black Air Force energy. Like he just wants to fight. Like he's a simple man. Like, yo, oh, you look like you strong. What's up? Like, what's good? Come talk to me real quick. But yeah, as you said, like when he realized the real difference in power between him and somebody else, he was immediately like shaken. Did he back down? Not really. He was still going to fight, but he wasn't going to be like just the same stupid, brainless. What's up? Let's fight.
Yeah.
He was really like, all right, let me think about this now, real quick.
Right. One thing I would say about Yami before Jordan goes, that moment, like, cause we met him early, like, obviously when like the Magic Night, like the selection exam for like the people who got their grandmas and all that. When he was like, we're gonna beat you up and you're gonna all that, and then after all of that, become the Wizard King. Like when he first met Austin and all that first dynamic, I was like, that's cool. Like you a cool.
You said Yami, by the way.
Yami, yeah. I know, but he was like, yo, after like you like go through all this shit and you survive it, then you could become the Wizard King. Like he was like the first person to ever believe in Austin's dream. And I was like,
even at the Magic Nights exam, like he was laughing.
I didn't know what they called it, not the exam, but when even with Luck too. Oh, hold on, we'll get to that later. But Luck with that moment. Come on, Austin.
Oh no. We don't have to talk about that. That's like the epitome of
talking about crazy scenes in Black Clover. That shit had me out my seat. I said,
I had to run that shit back like 3 times. Like,
hey,
Jordan,
going crazy. Like,
I'm gonna actually let Natural go as long as he don't steal one of my people.
Let's go.
I'm gonna go,
bro. Let's go.
Just go.
Well, first I like to give a shout out to
no shout outs, bro. No shout outs. We're not doing this. No.
It for the one Black person during Black History Month for Black Clover.
I'll allow it.
I don't even know her name, so I can't even give a legit shout out.
Charlotte's sister.
Yeah.
You talking about Soul?
Anyway, since we can't do the shout out, anyway. First, I'm gonna have to go with, in no particular order, of course. I'm gonna have to go with Zora, red hair, Black Bull. Bro's cool. He's a trap artist or whatever. They was hating on his name from the jump. He came out a little bit of, his personality is a little iffy when it comes to the camaraderie, but I mess with him. I was trying not to say him, but y'all took my other people, so I'm gonna go ahead and say Julius. When he popped up, I wasn't gonna say him. I promise you, I wasn't gonna say him.
But I felt like
when he came up, and he took on all of them just at once. and you see how OP this man is, it's what can I say? What can I say? Lastly, I'm a I'm gonna go with Fuego. Lastly, I'm gonna go with Fuego. You took him. I shouldn't have let you go before me, but I'm gonna go with Fuego.
I knew I was gonna get taken. I had to put that. Like, yo, that's my boy right there. Hold up, before anyone says it, that's my boy.
All right, all right, all right. Natural.
Yeah.
Oh man, y'all took a lot of the good ones, son. Like,
I mean, we could
damn,
have, you
like,
know,
it happens when we all have like common people that we vibes with, man. I guess my top three. I'm trying to. Noel is in my top three. I think Noel is a fantastic character
That's a
for
good one.
this reason, right?
Don't laugh. That's a good one. With the manga, I
Listen,
yo,
I don't know the manga. I don't know the
I
manga.
know it. So
Yeah,
for
he's
me,
just goofy.
I allow it, son.
Again, y'all said all the good characters. I'm not gonna say I don't like like nah.
Sure.
But I do like Noelle for this reason, right? She has like this pressure of being so like not necessarily better than she actually is, but she has this pressure to live up to something that she's not ready for yet. Like she's royalty. She's supposed to be amazing, but it's kind of like what you talked about, Sam, with Asta not having like an identity crisis, like not having like something that she has to go through, struggle through. Like that's his daily life, but Noelle has to like learn and train and get better with her own magic and like live up to that royalty expectations. So she has societal expectations, and also she doesn't want to be shown up by somebody who like barely passed either. So she has a nice little rivalry. Also liking Asta too works. Like I do like her as a character. She does get better on and like down the line, but in the beginning, did not like her. Same with Asta. I'm like did not like her in the beginning, but now I'm like I vibes with you. Y'all say Fregoleon, Mario, like all of them are dope. Julius is dope. I think just like if I had to just pick other two people that like I mean y'all said all the good ones. I think Fregoleon, even this is the third person who said it. It was like the first royal person that was like because after the scene that I talked about before when Asta stood up for Noelle and like her brothers and sister were like yelling and like cussing her out or whatever. He's like, nah, that's not cool. That's my teammate. I'll fight everybody in this bit right now. He's like, all right, bro. Like, I see something in you. Like, Yami was first. Obviously, he's a captain, but Fregoleon was the first person that was like, he going, third.
Fragel's little brother.
Oh shit! No, yeah. So,
Leon, I think, or what?
Some fire, something with fire.
Something with fire.
Can I give an honorable mention that we all missed or forgot with my boy Licked or
I was
Link?
gonna say that, bro. Lick was cold. Lick was cold.
That first fight when him and Yuno were going, Austin and Yuno
I
were going
thought you were
at it.
finna say Magna. Well, Key, you
Nah,
mentioned him
fuck
earlier.
Magna. Magna's hilarious, but Magna's nowhere up there with the characters that.
And my third is actually Luck though. Like y'all said it too. Back Air Force Energy. He wanna fuck shit up. Like
Yeah.
Magna's alright. Like he cool, but like he ain't Luck. Like even in the training arc, like they went to the Diamond or Heart Kingdom, whatever, and Magna wanted to go. He's like, you can't. You don't have it yet. Like you gotta get up, level up. Honorable mention, Fenrir. Or the scene we all talk about, like the love for Fenrir, bro, that they all have. He kind of like holds them all together. So my boy Fenrir, he up there too. Work.
I'll give a shout out to Finral too.
I feel like after the beginning, they just dropped Magna's character. That was the
Shout
problem.
out Gordon.
I'm gonna give
Shout
a
out Gordon.
Gordon. Nah.
Shout out Gordon, man. Yeah.
Vanessa.
Vanessa, nah.
Yo.
What's up?
That's one of those. Like,
Nah, but I feel like you said Noelle, and I was like, she's written so better than Sakura, bro. For a show that's compared to Naruto, female leads, come on, son. For all day I would take Noelle over freaking Sakura. I don't even in the beginning because I didn't like Noelle in the beginning too, but her in the beginning is better than Sakura, son. The fuck is niggas talking about? Like, no, I think
I think they just made her character annoying. I think they just made Noelle annoying because I love her backstory. Like, if I'm thinking about her backstory without Noelle, I think she has a great backstory. I think her come up story is real. I think she's just annoying. She just annoys me to no end. Not going front.
You know who's cool as well? And if we could, basically, this is like we gotta just talk about character like for like the last couple minutes, because like I don't know, this last question is kind of like it's kind of hard to answer because we don't know, like we don't only I say a little bit part of the story, but Noel's cold. I like Nero. I like her a lot.
Yeah.
She's like a person that like she's loyal. Like we all like person that's loyal. And DeAndre said, no one said, you know, I if he's on the screen, he's pleasant, but he's not one of my favorite characters. I'm not gonna be like, oh, I watched the show because of Yuno. No, like I feel like there's a lot of people before you get to Yuno. Not that there's anything wrong with Yuno, but there's nothing great about him. And I
They
think
also don't show him as much.
And yeah, they don't show him as much. They show like little moments here and there, but I just feel like I think we all have like a similar like we want like you got everything you need right now. Like, and he's a prince of the Spade Kingdom too. Like bro, you got everything, bro. Like I think we all had like the same. I was like, yeah, you cool, but I mean, you not that guy yet. I mean, you could be that guy in terms of like skill, but you're not that guy in our hearts. At least that's how I feel. I don't know about
You ain't make it out the mud.
You ain't make it out the mud, man. Because for
He
me,
did, but like, you know what I mean.
There's definitely a lot of good characters. You got Nozell. Come on. Noel's
Nozell,
older brother. He put with that Mercury or whatever.
also
Like,
the swoosh. Also got the
but yeah, honorable mention. I'm talking about Vanessa and Noel. I'm on some like, yo, Mimosa. What's up? Like,
Mimosa.
what's good? Like,
Yo.
talk to me.
Yeah, good dinner.
That's an awesome
How do you feel about
Boom.
what's his name? Gaja? The
Gaia?
electric dude from Heart Kingdom.
Yeah.
He's nice. He's nice.
Yeah. I hope that we get to see more of him, to be honest. Because I mean, I feel like as a character he cold, but
My boy
Maybe.
Fabian.
Facts.
I don't know who Fabian is, bro, but
Fabian, he works with me as a teacher. Anyone is better than Sakura for sure.
anybody. That's a fact. That's a fact. Yeah.
Someone
Is this
that we haven't
Sakura?
mentioned yet. What's his? God, I had it in my head and I started laughing at the Sakura comment. Somebody. Well, we mentioned Frigoleon's little brother, yes, but there's somebody else. Y'all keep going, but there's somebody that I'm going to remember, and I'm like, this is the person I was talking about. So let me say.
The diamond guy. The diamond
I
guy.
haven't seen nothing recent.
Yeah, I remember the vice captain of the Black Bulls.
Oh, Knock
Yeah.
is cold. Knock is cold, bro.
He only been like what, 5 episodes before like everything went off the hiatus. I already know he cold.
He's
Already know
cold.
he's cold.
Trust he's cold. His
I
cold
remember-
moment happened like really. He had all the captains like, yo, y'all better sit the fuck down, nigga.
Yeah, I remember watching that scene. I was like, damn, that's crazy. And then I watched it. I was, reading the comments of the where I was watching it on, and they were like, yo, y'all need to read the manga because the manga, this man actually sat them down with his stuff. So like in the anime, people were just shocked he was there. In the manga, apparently, he just like sat them all down with his power. I was like, crazy.
That's cold. That's cold. That's kind of cold.
Crazy.
That's cold. His backstory is crazy though too. So he's gonna be a character. I'm like, damn, yo, like, must have been through some shit. But
That's why you hate everybody. His backstory is like that's what we're gonna think.
huh?
He hates everybody because he hates like joyful people, and I assume that's because not. He literally says, "I hate people like you."
Oh yeah, facts. Yeah, his backstory pretty much explains everything, which is crazy. But yeah,
I feel like Jack the Ripper got potential to be like a goat character, not a goat character, but a pretty like popular character in the anime. I don't really like him, but like this now, I'm starting to like him a little bit more. Like at first, I was just kind of like, yo, why are you trying to compete with my boy Yami? You're not even on his level. Get out of here. Like we don't.
He touch like anything, which is awesome.
Shout out to Black Clover for making people's names match their magic.
Yeah,
I just think that's dope. I just love it.
Nozel Silva. You got Mercury, which is silver. Like that's kind of cool. Fuego Leons, like all the Fuego Leons and shit. Like that.
Magma.
Chrono, time,
Like yeah.
not me.
Asta no name, which is no magic. Wait.
I think it's dope.
I think it's dope. I think it's dope.
Is there anything we missed, Jordan?
I mean, there's one last question, but if y'all want to talk about it, what's something in the future that you like that I know obviously we're in like this final like with the tree shit right now, but let's say they make it past it. Is there something that you guys like would want to see with Black Clover? Because like right now the world building is cool, but it has potential to be even better than what it is. And Jordan, you may go first.
I'll say, well, one, I don't know if the manga has already covered it, but the Yami backstory, since we really don't know too much, then a Yami backstory, absolutely. Um, as well as I would love to see, like maybe if they just had a little side piece on like Noelle's mother, because they mentioned Noelle's mother, and that's like half of her identity right now. I'd love to just, have a little like they did at Tachi Shinden, just have a little 2, 3 episode thing that's a throwback for Noelle's family or something. Maybe throw in the Vermilion family or something too if they got a dad or I don't know.
That'd be dope. That'd be dope. Me, I feel like Julius is an odd character. He's a very lovable character, but we know next to nothing about him except that he's like a magic nut. Like he loves like learning about new magic and all that. So like he's like a fiend, a fanatic for magic. But I feel like there's more to him that meets the eye. And if we can get like a backstory with him, that'll be dope. Also going to Yami's home country, that'll be dope.
Yeah.
Kind of like tying into Jordan's point. Also, we're introducing all these devils and stuff. Why not angels? Why
Is
not
that
some?
a thing?
Huh?
I said, is that a thing? Would be the
I don't
first
know.
question, like to bring into it. Like it could be a concept to bring in for sure.
It could be a concept to bring in, but how they do it, I don't know. But I feel like it's possible.
Would that not be the elves, since the elves were like the pure of nature, blah blah blah, and so you got the evil, you got the humans who's like the mix, and then the elves is like the pure of nature. Every time you see the flashbacks, it's all like full of light, not to mention what's his name, his power is light.
Okay, so in that respect, they have like the angels now. But I was thinking like on some like holy like heaven shit.
Yeah.
Like, have like
Six Clover.
In a different
on some
realm.
shit,
Yeah.
like, six,
Not
like,
the six Clover. Oh man.
And then you go and get the 1,000 flashbacks or the 1,000, little cutscenes of the first Clover means this, the second means this, and third. He's like, all right, we get it.
word. That would be dope. Again, like can we focus? Fifth is the devil, like someone that has like the one leaf clover. Like what? No, I don't know. There's potential there.
The first magician.
And
The all
also going
magic.
to the it's Clover's diamond. We didn't go to the diamond, not really, but like going to the Diamond Kingdom. We went to the Heart Kingdom, and then after like the devils are defeated, like I think they're invading the Spade Kingdom. So it's like, but like I don't know. I feel like there's more to like the Black Clover world than just those 4 kingdoms. So like venturing out. But my fault, Sam. You saying something?
No. I was agreeing with what you were saying. It was like the Diamond Kingdom. I thought, and this is I guess going way back, but I think the Diamond Kingdom was, I think, a wasted opportunity. I think they could have hyped up or like built up the Diamond Kingdom more, which would have made it even crazier that the Spade Kingdom came in and just wiped them out easily. It was kind of like because most of their captains got beat way early on, and they were really like nothing like that. So I thought they underdeveloped that, but something I'm looking forward to. Like I said, I want to see Dorothy fight. I just want to see Dorothy fight for real, because I think she'll be something crazy, especially when she started fighting herself as the elf. And in their realm, you just saw a bunch of crazy stuff. Now imagine that with someone who's not going to use the think about a way to get out kind of hack. You know what I'm saying? I think she'd be dope.
Yeah.
Honestly, that's probably what I'm looking forward to most, besides all the other stuff that y'all already mentioned.
I'd definitely like to see like real mature and like be super duper nice. Just because his paint magic or his art magic is like tough. Like the amount of like elementals and everything he could bring into it. Like, but he's still like a young kid and all that, you know. So like if they showed him like more mature and like really going beast mode on people with his magic, that'd be pretty tough.
And the last thing I would say, my fault. Go ahead, Nash.
I was gonna say, I mean, like for me, I like Black Clover does a good thing of the team ups, like it's like 2v1 type stuff. Like their fights were choreographed so well. Like obviously Asta Yuno versus the Devil, and also Licked, and well, then Yami came in as well. Asta versus and Yami versus Dante, like 2v1, kind of like bouncing back and forth of each other using magic or anti magic. Just more team ups. I don't like. I mean, I like 1v1s because they're cool, but like when you have an OPS person like Dante or an OPS person like the Devil that they first fought, it's like, yeah, you have to work together in order to beat this guy. Like, there's no way you're gonna beat him unless you work together. So, like, and also Asta another power up. I know he gets his another form. Should get another one too. And they both work together to fight somebody. That'd be cool. That's it.
Also gonna get his tail beast form.
Ah,
I mean, to be
I
fair,
mean, that's that Devil Union shit, basically.
Actually,
Yuno got his form first with his like wind spirit, sylph
Yeah.
or whatever.
did
That's
shout out to
Susanoo.
Devilman Crybaby for inspiring Asta's demon form inside.
That's his Susanoo. But one last thing I would say before we wrap things up here, I would say one thing that, not that I'm excited for because no one likes the idea of it, but we kind of need a major death to happen. In order to take Black Clover from good, or in some people think it's good, some people think it's great, but to take it to that next level and how it helps the main character, or how it helps Asta grow. Like even like I'm not the biggest fan of Demon Slayer, but like when Goku died, for me it pushed Tanjiro to better heights. You know, like
What do you think it should be?
The classic pain, you know.
who do I
Method.
think?
Yami.
E?
I think it should be Yummy.
Big think Yami as well because Yami's a substantial character for Asta. Like the first person, like I mentioned earlier, the first person to believe in his dream of becoming the Wizard King. He's like a stoic figure for Asta, and if he was to go in like a heroic fashion, like let's say they free him from the tree or whatever, and like he like fights whoever, and then he dies saving Asta or dies saving someone from the Black Bulls, like that would be like not just for Asta but for the entire like
Black Bulls.
Black Magic crew. I keep saying crew because like One Piece, like the entire group, that would be just like that would take Asta from like, oh yeah, everything's all smiles and shit, but that would really like help him go savage mode. And like Luffy got that, Naruto got that. I didn't ever watch Bleach, so I don't know. Y'all can tell me if Ichigo got that, but like for him to like grow, we need to see that. And we all nominate Yami as the person.
When you think about it, for him to be Wizard King, like it's not just gonna be like Julius is just gonna retire and Yami's just like, oh, I'll take it, and then Yami retire or whatever, and then you're just like, well, now it's Asta or Yuno. Like I feel like the timing wise, one of the two people who you feel like is in line to be Wizard King has gotta die. So if it's not Yami, it's Julius, and I mean they nerfed Julius, so I don't know why if they was gonna kill him, I don't know why they wouldn't have just killed him already. So
So
that's
they
how
teased it with Julius. They should have
Definitely
just
didn't
left
like
him
they
like
saw
stay
that's
dead.
greatness and then
Yeah.
nerfed him.
Definitely didn't like that about Black Clover, how they left Julius alive and they left Marilona alive, whatever how you say her name. They shouldn't have left her alive either. I thought like if she had died like that would have been top tier. You know what I'm saying? But
Nah,
she
Julius
somehow
would have
made it
stayed dead. It would have been top tier just because the you know the seat would have been open basically, like, and then it would have been like, damn, everyone's affected by that. Not just the Black Bulls, but everyone's like affected. Like, damn, they really took the man. Like, now we all got to step up and like really. But then they teased it and then nerfed him and then brought him back. Like,
Yeah, we've
Who
had
would've had
death.
another arc?
Like we've had death, like with the Golden Dawn with Xeno, whatever the nigga name was, that he smoked all of them and killed like half of them. So like we've seen death, but like that was like minor. That was more like for but we haven't seen death for Asta, and that would be like I feel like I would just take it to the moon, like Dogecoin to the moon. Where, but I mean, I just throw that in there. But ladies and gentlemen, that does it for episode 12 of the Shabazz TV show. Once again, I want to thank my boys, Natty Baps, of course, Sam the Toxic King, Mr. Nova Chrono, aka Mr. Ronoro, aka Mr. Jordan, aka CPA, yeah, all that in the bag of chips. And then we got my boy Zuswa, aka Josh, aka I don't know what else. But ladies and gentlemen, that's going to do it all for today. Hope you guys enjoyed your time here. I most certainly did. I hope you guys did too. Make sure to drop a like, subscribe if you're new, tell a friend to tell a friend. And I'll see you guys on Saturday when I do my weekly Fortnite stream. Peace.